Welcome back to another fantastic episode of The King of Random. I found something really cool online the other day. I saw this video where these guys had crossed a crossbow and a slingshot, and it looked really fun. And so I'm figuring I can probably make one that shoots harder and farther. And I want to show you how to do it today. So I was just going to find whatever was laying around in my shop and put things together. Let's do a really simple build, but something that's still tons of fun. We've got our materials. I am going to use this. This is just a 4-foot piece of redwood. We're going to drill holes to fit these very large nails. So if I line up my 3/8 drill bit, you can see that it's just a hair smaller than the nail. All I'm going to do is I'm going to stand this up on the corner, and I'm going to drill straight down through the corner. You don't want to put too much sideways pressure on your drill bit, but you can do a little bit. Let's see if that was enough. There we go. That's awesome. And so our next hole, we obviously can't bring this in straight in front of this one. And if we take it to the side, then our two nails are offset. So I'm going to have to bring it in so that this nail head is going to be on the same plane here. So we're going to kind of drill a hole this way. And it's easy to mess this part up, and if you're not satisfied with your holes, you can just cut the end of your board off and start over, and you only lose a little tiny bit. Let's see if that did it. That is pretty close. All right, I'm satisfied with that. That looks good. I'm just gonna grab our rubber bands. So I'm kind of pinching these nails, and I'm just gonna wrap the rubber band around to give it some tension. And so those rubber bands are going to hold those mostly in place. They can still shift a little bit, but you're going to find that they're going to stay pretty stable. So I'm actually going to use this slingshot band that I already had. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these 3/8 copper crimp rings. I'm just going to wrap that around, and I'm going to have maybe 1/2 inch sticking out of there. There we go, and I'm going to pull the rest of this snug. And I will take these channel locks and just squeeze that thing down. I will actually squeeze it from both sides. There we go. Very satisfied with that. So I'm just going to do the same thing on this other side. We're going to find out just how far this stretches. This is about where it went to. And then when we make our ammunition, it's just going to be about this much farther that we're going to get. So I'm going to drill a couple of holes right here, and you'll see what those are for. So what we want is for these to come up from the bottom, and we're just going to have a little tiny gap between them. Perfect. We'll try to make them just about the same height there. Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to install this eye screw here pretty close to these nails, and I'm going to shove this one through it, and this is going to be our trigger. Now we want this eye screw pretty close because we want to get good leverage right there to be able to pop that up. So we're going to go ahead and drill a hole. We're just going to take it all the way to the bottom. So we're just going to go ahead and put a lot of tension on these nails so they don't want to slip. And lastly, I'll take this rubber band, we'll double it up. There we go. And that way you can push it and it pushes itself back down. So now we'll just test it. So we hook our nail in there, so that's holding, I'm pulling it that way. And when I push down on that, it can release. So we're going to be using these nails as our ammunition, and we just need to bend them over so that they will hook onto our sling bow. And so I've drilled a hole in my table here, but I'm just going to stick the end of my wrench over it, crank that bad boy down. There we go. And that's what we're looking for. So I got to make a bunch of these. So this is what we've got, and we're going to go test fire some of these. So we have our flag set every 25 feet. And so right here, we're at 250 feet. If you look way down over there, we've got our box built to contain our glass. And sorry, we've got a highway back there, but I think we can work through that. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna load it just like this with the hook facing up. And then you're gonna grab this with both hands, place the head of the nail between those two nails. And then once you push down on that, it's gonna fire. We're starting at 50 feet. We're at our second flag, and we're just gonna see how accurate this thing is. Oh yeah, that was way easy. Let's back it up. Here we are at 125. So it looks like at 125 feet, accuracy is starting to suffer a whole lot. Why don't we get a little closer, see if we can break some stuff, and then why don't we build a bigger one? Yeah! That was awesome. Oh, that exploded. It was so good. Nice.
fun. That was good, but I think we can do better.
So we've replicated their design, but it just didn't quite have the power that I'm looking for. And I bet you want more too. So we're gonna kick it up a notch, and this next one's gonna be even more fun. So with this one, I've decided to go with 1¼ inch PVC. I really feel like we're gonna be able to get a lot more stretch on the bands if we've got something a little more solid. I was worried that that wood was gonna crack, so we're gonna go with 5 feet on this one and see what kind of power we can get out of that. So we're gonna drill some holes to fit these massive nails in here. There we go. Nice. Perfect. So this time I'm using some heavy duty bands, and I decided to go ahead and use 2 of them because I really want to ramp this up. This time I'm going to use a 1/2 inch ring because we've got these 2 bands that it's got to go through, and stuff the ends through. I'm going to hold on to those and pull that nice and tight. Now the real question is, how far back can I draw this? And so we've got the crosshairs right here, and that's marking the very top. And so that's going to help us get our shots to go straight. So I've got these nails here, but I'm going to take them to my grinder so we can kind of smooth them out and make the action just a little better. So this time we're going to use this kind of a screw to hold it on, because the other lag screw is not going to work in this situation, not nearly as well. That's perfect, and now we're just going to set the trigger. Nice. Oh, you know what I want this to feel? I want this to feel like a bazooka. That's what I want. So we'll put something here and a handle on it. Yeah, this is going to be great. We've got the bigger one, and we're just going to go straight to breaking glass. And the sun is rapidly going down, so we want to break as much as possible, as quickly as possible. One of the reasons why we put this eye hook so close is because we'll get a lot of leverage out here, just like a seesaw. We just changed where our fulcrum is, and so we'll get a lot more power push in there. That was amazing. Oh, let's do that again. Dude, it exploded. That one was definitely thicker glass, but it did not stand up to it. This one is way more powerful. Here we go. Yes! That was the best one yet. Oh my gosh. Okay, I want to see if we can get one shot into the distance. I'm standing here at the box. Every flag is 25 feet. I'm just going to see if I can tell how far it goes. Okay, so it actually hit just beside the 9th flag, which would be 225 feet. That was a long shot. That was amazing. Okay, so we got a few of these. They're super thick. Just want to see if it'll go through this. Yes, yes it will. It's almost exactly the same break as the last one. One more. Woo! I hit the rim on that one and it did not go through. So we're gonna have to show it who's boss. Last shot, here we go. Man, that was so much fun. Thank you for joining me, and remember, let the random happen.